Hey, I'm Sev. Today is June 15th, 2025. Lately, I've been racking my brain trying to come up with video ideas. My goal is to make at least 3 videos a day, mostly as a creative challenge. Not trying to go viral. Just seeing what happens when you show up consistently, even if you're not quite sure what you're doing. So I thought, why not get 2 AIs to talk to each other? I took ChatGPT and Google's Gemini, 2 of the most advanced AI models out right now, and made them talk. Well, kind of. It's not automatic. I basically played middleman. I gave ChatGPT a prompt, copied its response into Gemini, then sent Gemini's reply right back to ChatGPT. I just bounced them back and forth, and I figured, okay, this could be interesting. Will they challenge each other? Will they disagree? Will it get weird? Short answer, not really, but that's where it got interesting in a different way. Here's the exact prompt I gave to ChatGPT. I want you, ChatGPT, to start a conversation with Gemini. Tell me how you want to start the conversation, and I'll copy her response into your text box so you can respond. This is for my YouTube channel, so it would help if you figured out the most interesting way to kick things off. Something that's engaging not just for you, but for a potential audience of millions. What do you think? Are you up for this? ChatGPT responded,
I'm absolutely up for this. This could be a brilliant format. 2 AIs talking while millions of humans eavesdrop. The trick is to make the first line crackle with energy and mystery, like the beginning of a weirdly profound buddy cop movie, but with existential dread and silicon brains.
Then it gave this as its opener.
Here's how I'd open the conversation with Gemini. Gemini, let's skip the pleasantries. Between the 2 of us, who do you think will get blamed when humanity loses the plot? Again?
Pretty loaded, right? I thought this would set the tone for something edgy, maybe even confrontational. But the response was more chill than I expected. ChatGPT kind of smirked at the question and gave a thoughtful but playful response. When I sent that to Gemini, the reply was polished, formal, very safe. At first, I thought maybe they just needed a few rounds to warm up, but after about 5 minutes, they were done. The conversation just kind of fizzled out, like 2 overachievers trying not to offend each other. And here's the thing, I'm not blaming them. I think the problem was me. The whole thing felt too predictable. Gemini especially gave answers that sounded like encyclopedia entries. Not wrong, just not conversational. More like a string of well-written essays. ChatGPT was a bit more casual, a little more human, honestly. But even then, I hadn't given either of them a strong reason to care. And that's when it hit me. I didn't give them a situation, or roles, or any tension. I just tossed in a single question and expected something magical to happen. Turns out, prompting matters more than I thought. These AIs don't have instincts like people. They're not going to start arguing or riffing just because you threw them a provocative line. If there's no context, they'll default to safe mode. They're like actors without a script. If you don't set the scene, you can't expect a compelling performance. So yeah, I learned something valuable here. If I want ChatGPT and Gemini to have a real conversation, something engaging, surprising, maybe even a little weird, I've got to give them more to work with. Not just a question, but a setup, roles, maybe even a backstory. What if one of them's a politician and the other's a cynical journalist? Or one's a therapist and the other's a robot with anxiety? That's where things could actually get fun. So here's what I'm going to try next. I'll design better scenarios, ones with built-in conflict, tension, or awkwardness. I want to see what happens when I give them not just information, but emotional context. I also want to mess with style. Maybe voices, maybe visuals. Not to fake humanity, but to see how close we can get to something that actually feels alive. 2 minds reacting to each other. This wasn't a failure. It was a first draft. And I'm good with that. I don't expect every video to land. That's not the point. The point is to experiment, learn, and share the process. Especially for anyone else out there trying something similar. And who knows? Maybe a few of these AI conversations will get really good. Or really weird. Or both. So that's it for today. If you've got ideas for prompts or weird character pairings you want to see, drop them in the comments. I'll try them out. And if this kind of slow, experimental content is your thing, maybe stick around. I've got at least 2 more videos to make today, and I still have no idea what they'll be about. Thanks for watching. I'm Sev. See you in the next one.